Hi guys, I wanted to come here and share a little bit about my cancer diagnosis and how I found out, um, what led me to find that I had this cancer. So, and I want to share what I think it caused too. So, it'll be a long video probably, but about 2-3 years ago I started, probably like 2-3 years ago I started having weird symptoms. Like I would brain fog, my memory was awful. People would talk to me and say, you don't remember that? And I was like, I would act like I did, but I really didn't remember a lot of stuff. I started having panic attacks and anxiety attacks to the point that I couldn't drive. And I've never been somebody that's a down person. I'm a very happy, upbeat person. So that was really weird for me. I started having cracks on my heels. Close to my period, I would sometimes have UTIs, but they were not UTIs. They didn't act like UTI. They didn't hurt, but it was just like a weird feeling, probably because it was on my urinary tract, the cancer. My hair start falling. I developed esophagitis, grade C. I have GERD. I would have constant daily heartburn. It was awful. It was nonstop. I've tried everything. I would have H. pylori. There was a point that I even took out my breast implants because I thought that's what was making me sick, which in hindsight, I'm happy that I did it because it's one less thing for my body to fight. But I don't believe that's actually what made me sick now, looking back, because once I took it out, I didn't feel much difference. So, so all this stuff, I knew something was wrong. I just felt like I was dying and my brain wasn't the same. I couldn't make sentences the same way. I just wasn't as sharp. I just felt different, it was hard to work. It was, I just didn't have, but I just had little babies, I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So I thought it was just my babies, like being a mom and constantly up and everything. Then in November or October of 2023, I started having flank pain right here. And I went to 8 doctors and they all just brushed it off. They said, it's probably gas. The majority of them told me it was probably gas. It's just some muscle pain. There's nothing really important there. So maybe you're calling, it's just something is stuck, it was really weird. Nobody really took me seriously. So for about a whole year, I went to 7-8 doctors and they just brushed it off, that pain that I had. And I would lay in bed, and when I would lay, it would hurt more. Looking back, it makes sense because my kidney tumor was in the back. So when I would lay, I would have more pain. And all these doctors, and when I would lay, I would think like, this is just not normal to feel the same pain 24/7. And it's not a pain like awful pain. It's just like a dull, constant pain, like if somebody was just pressing and holding, and it's like a reminder, hey, I'm here. And one day I will share the spiritual side of this whole thing, that I've had many things happen. I don't think I found it just by coincidence. I didn't have like a coincidental finding. Like my finding was by the grace of God, and I 100% believe it. But I'll talk that on another video. So I had this pain and it wouldn't go away, and I started thinking, I was like, this has to be cancer, like what could hurt you 24/7 and there's nothing there. So in January 2024, I got an ultrasound of my abdomen. Nothing there. April 2024, I got another ultrasound. Nothing there. The pain came back But when I went to Brazil, because I go to Brazil to spend 3 months out of the year, the pain got better because I wasn't in my house. So the pain got better. So once I got back from Brazil, I went to Brazil. All of my dad's best friends are doctors. So I think I know all my dad's friends in Brazil. Like, he has, I mean, maybe 20 friends that are very close to him, and they're all doctors. So I went to a, I think she does endoscopy and things like that, and I think she's a gastro, yeah. So I went to her. I did an endoscopy. She said that my esophagitis grade, I had esophagitis grade C, and then on that they were able to find H. pylori. That she sent me some antibiotics. I felt great for a little bit, and then I came back to America. And by let's say, I think June, I went to Italy for a whole month. I was good there too. Then I came back, and I thought, oh, maybe it was, I was good in Italy, because people talk the things we eat in Italy don't affect us because of glyphosate and all of that. When I got back, I tested again, and my H. pylori was back, and I was really sad, because this was I think I did 2 treatments for it, because it just, oh no, then I went to the doctor here, and I told her, and then I did another treatment, because she gave me another treatment here. That was the doctor that ordered my CT scan. And then in August of 2024, when I just got back from Italy, I had plastic surgery to remove my breast implants, because I thought that's what was making me sick, and all this brain fog, like dryness, all sorts of things that people that have breast implant illness say I had it too, I had all the symptoms. It's just I had so many symptoms. I didn't know what I didn't have. Then I decided I went to this doctor. I finally was like, well, now that I did this, I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna see why this pain, because I figured my pain would stop, and it didn't after I went to this gastro back in America. So I went to my doctor. She's just graduated, so I think she listened to me. So she's the one that actually sent me to this gastro. I went to this doctor first, and I told her that I wasn't feeling good, and I was scared that it could be cancer. So they told me that I was too young to have cancer. That many doctors told me that when I said I was scared that it could be cancer. They said I'm a young mom, and I'm only 37, and it's not cancer, and that I would be fine. So I went to this doctor, and maybe because she just graduated, she said, well, I'm gonna send you to a gastro. And I asked her to send me to a gastro, because I knew from Brazil that I had H. pylori. And then I went to a functional doctor here. I forgot to say that I went to a functional doctor here, I don't know when. He also said my H. pylori was positive, so that's probably why I went back to the gastro. I'll have to check the timeline, but on a GI map. So she sent me to a gastro, and I thought it was gastro problems, because I've been constipated since I was a baby. By the time I was 16, I was not going to the bathroom, and I would only go to the bathroom once a week, and only if I had laxatives. I could not go to the bathroom by myself. It doesn't matter what I ate, it doesn't matter anything. And I found out this was because of my MTHFR mutation and some other epigenetics on all this cancer diet that I've done. But I want to talk about that another time too. So I went to this doctor, the gastro, and I told her I had H. pylori, all this stuff, and she said, well, let's order a CT scan, which I was actually impressed, because in America, they don't really order imagings that soon. So she ordered a CT scan. It came back with a renal mass, and she couldn't confirm. I found it through the portal. She didn't even talk to me. It was awful. I cried for weeks. Then they sent me to another doctor, and I think I'll have to continue this.